So channelwood is an age that is suspended in the treetops. They do have these. This is Mosquito Central. It's an age that's kind of easy to just get lost in the visuals. And another one that's really benefited from the modern remake. We have all these pipes and switches, so as you can imagine, we're going to be doing some water diversion. So let's dash on over here to the windmill. So we know this is going to be the source of power, or in this case water. Let's get that flowing. And as you can see, again, our visual cue here, pipe water flowing, kind of follows us along. A very loyal puppy. Thank you, pipe water flowing. Alright, so now looks like it's going this way. And sure enough, we see it leads to this pipe and then up, but there is no way to get up here yet. So we need to start doing some water diversions. Let's send the water left first. Now let's go right. Let's send it left. Left again. Alright, so now it's following us, right? You can hear it. All the way to this here. There it is. Alright. So, we will come back to this later, but we're going to want that bridge open when we're ready to leave channelwood. That looks like it's a dead end, so we don't want to send water that way. Alright, let's get back on. Alright, water's going this way. Let's send it this direction. And sure enough, now it is going to... And an elevator. We can now ride our mysteriously water-powered elevator. Let's go visit the fine civilization of Chimney. There's sort of this peaceful moment here as, you know, you're kind of rising up into the lower part of the canopy. And how nice it is just kind of be walking up here among the trees. All these nice little huts. And you'll notice as we're kind of going through it, it's very humble, right? It's kind of thatch. People have baskets and beds. We'll just sprint our way over to one specific locale. This one here, we see some weird cabling here that opens that door. So that's important because that lets us get back down without relying on the water pump. So we'll need that. Now it's a bit of a journey to kind of run all the way around here, but basket. So after we do our big loop and make our way over the staircase we opened up, that means we can get up and down from the lower level of channelwood up to the first level without needing to use the elevators. And that's important because that lets us divert the water to the other elevator that's up there, actually, this pipe where it was originally. So we can go back to our water diversion. Send it back to the right. Pipe water flowing. Up there. And back up. We're getting our steps in for the day. Apologies if you get dizzy from stuff like this. I sure do. Okay. And I promise that should be the end of the dizzy spells. Alright. And up we go again. So now, something you'll notice as we get up here to the second level of channelwood is that, like so many other ages, it's very different when you get to where Cirrus and Achenar choose to live. You really get the sense throughout the different ages of Myst that the two of them really kind of carved out this sort of just a different life for them, right? Like, look how ornate this is. You know, they built this way up here. All these trappings of luxury that they kind of insist on. There's a red cage. More obscure. Oh, there's the vials in different colors. So you'll notice like the colors that things were written in, the different color inks of the channel book are here. Oh, we also have this. Vault access, stand of Myst. In very plain view, Myst access can be if the symbol first locates switches on the island. Blank of these switches, go to the dock and turn the switch off. So that's your clue. If you put those two together, it says the way to get the final page, the one that we actually need, the white page, is to turn every marker switch on Myst Island on, and then turn the one on the docks off. So at this point, if you've done these two ages, you have everything you need to know legitimately to get to the end of the game. Alright. We walk into this lovely... Oh, hello. Alright, so again, it's kind of this intimidating torture device, and you see the brothers kind of taking their I don't know, it's almost a megalomania thing here, where they kind of come into ages and take over like kings or feudal lords. Here is Akinar's page. And this is fun too, because here you can see where he's been programming from his room, like these messages for followers to see. But the fourth guy is...
I hope I pushed the right button.
His brother messing with it and recording over one of his messages.
I'm not erasing anything important.
I'm not erasing anything important, am I? But he also says we have to watch out. He's moving. Take only one page.
Remember, take only one page.
So this is where Cirrus and Akinar kind of recognize that, like, they are now in an antagonistic relationship with Atris, that they're kind of acting out to the point where they might be going up against their own father. Alright, so we've got our clues, we've got our pages. We can now leave the channel at H. So let's take our elevator back down. We'll do one more little bit of pipe diversion, and then we can head back to the library. Alright, open up, back down. I find if you just kind of use WASD to go down here, it's not nearly as dizzying, right? Just kind of... I don't recommend going down real spiral staircases backwards and sideways. But it certainly makes it easier to watch. So. Okay. Now we're going to invert our pipes one last time. This time we're going to send it to the left. And to the right. Oh, no, left again. Right. Okay. And as it goes over here, you'll notice... Oh, we've done our bridge. Yeah, it is correct. Okay. So we have our bridge up. Oh, it's one more. It's over this way. This way. Channelwood is a bit of a maze. And left. There we go. Alright, so the water is now going this way, pipe water flowing. And you'll notice it's spitting out here. But if we get over there, we can connect the pipes and get into that last elevator. So that bridge we put up earlier, just run all the way back to it. Don't worry, you can't fall in the water. Just take a nice, long, leisurely stroll around the edges of Channelwood. Some pretty fireflies kind of hanging out here. We'll link up the water. It's now pipe water flowing all the way to our final elevator. Open that up, hop inside, close it, up the elevator, and our linking book will be up here, and we can bid farewell to Channelwood. Very slowly. And back to the library. And now the next age we're going to be heading to is the Selenitic Age. It's going to be the last of the 4 ages that came with the base game. How's it going, everybody? Okay. So, we're going to drop these pages off for Cirrus and Akinar. I'm going to let them have their blue and red pages respectively. Alright. So let's take a look at the selenitic age of Myst. And I'm saving this one for last because this is the one where I absolutely embarrass myself the most. And now that there are members of Error 47 here who know how to play piano, I'm going to demonstrate that I stopped playing piano at the age of 5 by struggling through the piano puzzle. Oh, we have this lovely Collect Heat, Radiant Chasm. You'll notice something fun about the selenitic age too. Parts of Atris's journal have just mysteriously started vanishing. Right, so you're noticing that like parts of what he's been writing here, prized invention, never imagined would come together, could possibly work. I'm leaving today to bring Cirrus and Akinar. I've left them alone. And he goes, I just noticed a large amount of my journals curiously vanished. Fortunately, I copied my construction notes in another journal. I don't understand the mysteries of this world, but I trust I'll discover answers to my questions, right? So even the ages that Atris is constructing, he doesn't fully understand, which kind of lends credence to the discovery theory. We have this very important diagram of 5, 1, 4, 2, 3, kind of corresponding to different notes here on the piano, and a lovely diagram of the selenitic age. As we do with all of our puzzles, we would go to the map of the island. We would rotate towards where we want to head. In this case, it's the rocket. That would give us our clue up the tower. It would show us that we're heading to the rocket, and it would give us a clue of 59. This is where we head into the power station. And the power station is one of those, everyone loves them, it's the math puzzle where you have to add up numbers of different buttons that add up to 59. The annoying thing about this one is if you get it wrong and overload the system by having more than 59, you've got to go out to 2 different breaker switches, climb the towers like you work for the electrical company, trip the breakers for them, and change it. So there's 59, 59. The way you get that, unfortunately, is trial and error. You've got to figure out how much each button is value-wise, write it down. That's not fun. You've got so many things here to do at Portland Retro Gaming Expo. Trial and error is not going to be one of them on my watch. Alright, so let's swing through here again to our lovely 1993 Dodge Dart. In we go. We've got our piano and chimes. And what the piano does is you can play it, right, and you can get your notes. And again, if you can't really hear it, the guide here is super helpful. It tells you exactly what note you're hearing, like right, middle C, here, and so forth. So those can correspond to the numbers that we have for our guide. And because I, quote-unquote, wrote them down, because I paid very good attention when I went to the tower, right? So we have our positions here. So I believe it's C1, C2, right? And then 3 steps from C2 is D2 sharp. Yep. Then slider 13 and slider 6. So 13 is going to be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, F1. Okay. And then from C1 down to E flat, A. Okay. And hey, let's go check out the selenitic age.